All right, so I guess we're doing this. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is episode 1 of KCTalks. So I actually have another YouTube channel, King of Cups and Swords. It's where I talk about women's soccer, and I'm pretty known for that. I wanted to do a second channel though, or another channel talking about everything else besides women's soccer. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love women's soccer. I love my women's soccer YouTube channel, but I do have other interests outside of women's soccer, you guys. Yeah, I do. It surprises some people, but I am interested in other things outside of women's soccer. I do like anime. I have a lot of collections as well. So this is just my channel for everything else. You could see it as a vlog or a podcast. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about my perfume collection. I had women in the past say that's a bougie thing to collect perfume. I don't think it is. Just watch me get DMs on, my DMs on Twitter are just gonna say, hey KC, yeah, collecting perfume is a bougie hobby. I might talk about Azure Lane, which is what I'm into right now. So yeah, this channel is just for like everything else, I guess. So yeah, this is the first episode of KC Talks. I think the thing that I want to talk about today is yesterday on Friday, there were massive layoffs at Sports Illustrated. I don't know the full details of it. I don't know if Sports Illustrated is going out of business completely, or if it's just the only thing that I've been seeing is just the massive layoffs of their staff. And I think it's very sad. Like, it's very sad, especially because I'm a journalist myself. I cover women's soccer, and just to see like so many writers, like so many of their staff just get laid off like that is very sad. Because the thing is, when it comes to journalism, not just sports journalism, but just journalism in general, I don't think people realize how hard it is to be a journalist, to actually start your career in journalism. A lot of people assume, and even my family thinks this, like my parents think it's so easy to be a journalist. A lot of people assume that all you need is a degree. You just need a bachelor's in creative writing, yeah. You need a bachelor's in English, communications, journalism. You just need a bachelor's or a master's degree in it, and you can walk into whatever workplace you can and just get a job as a journalist. And maybe in the past it was like that. But right now, it's not like that. There's so much that goes into journalism nowadays. It's good, yeah, it's important to have that degree, but you also need a portfolio. You need an extensive resume. Some people even have an internship, or most journalists had internships, and even a mentor. And if you don't have those things, you're not going to get a job as a journalist. It's going to be so much more harder for you to enter into this industry if you don't have a few of those things. When it came to my own career as a journalist, in a way, I'm still starting out. I have my YouTube channel, which is very helpful. Which is good because it shows my expertise or knowledge in women's soccer, because I've been able to cover it for so long. And I also have Armchair Sports, which is a sports media startup. I'll link it in the description below. Yeah, I get to publish and post on Armchair Sports as well. So that also helps me in terms of building my career, building my portfolio, and building my resume. I never had an internship. Never had a mentor. Yeah, I never had a mentor. I don't know if, yeah, I never had a mentor though. I do know a girl that did have she's a journalist, but her field is more into climate change is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, her thing was in climate change, the environment. and she had a mentor. Okay, I'm getting into a different story. But yeah, so she was in my master's program. I don't want to say her name for confidentiality reasons, but yeah, she was very passionate about climate change and, keeping the environment stable, I guess, or helping the environment. Yeah, she was very passionate about the environment and climate change, and she had a mentor who I guess helped her get her foot into the door when it came to publications and getting her writing out there. And she had this mentor for a really long time. But then for whatever reason, this mentor of hers told her that her writing didn't matter. Her writing into climate change was meaningless, and it meant nothing. And I can't tell you like how damaging that is to hear from your own mentor that your writing has no value, or your writing has no meaning, or it doesn't mean anything. And it's not true. It's not true at all, because personally for me, I'm not all that interested in reading articles about climate change. It's not my area of expertise. It's not a major interest of mine. And, that friend of mine, she could say the same thing about women's soccer. It's not her field of interest. It's not her, it's not her thing. And, that's understandable. But I would never tell another journalist, I would never tell another writer, artist, poet that their writing, their creations are meaningless or have no value. Because I can honestly tell you that when it comes to climate change, that is something that a lot of people are very passionate about. That is something that a lot of people care about. And for her mentor to just tell her outright that her writing has no value and it doesn't mean anything, I can just tell you right now that is just straight up bullshit. Because a lot of people do care about the environment, and a lot of people will read her work. And I was wondering, I've thought to myself, why would a mentor, someone that's meant to teach you and guide you, say something like that to you? Why would her mentor, say something like that to my friend? And the thing that came to mind was just jealousy. That's all it is. It was just jealousy and envy. That's the only thing that I can think of, is just she was jealous and envious that my friend was being successful with her, career. This person that helped her get her foot in the door was jealous of her. And I find that very shocking, because the whole point, at least in my eyes, I never had a mentor, but the way that I see it is, how can you be jealous of the person that looks up to you? How can you be jealous of someone that's coming to you for guidance and advice? Your job as a mentor is to help people, to teach them, to teach your students the importance of, I guess, journalism, writing, and even help them get their foot in the door. And if your students are successful, if they're doing well, isn't that a sign that what you're doing, what you're teaching them is correct? If they're doing well, if my friend is doing well, which she is, then that's a sign that whatever her mentor was teaching her is working. And so I just couldn't understand how that person could be jealous of, her mentee, I guess, if you will. But yeah, so I never had a mentor. I wouldn't mind having one. Actually, I say that, but I say that now, but maybe I kind of have my own system on how I write and record videos and podcasts, and I'm pretty set in my ways. I'm very stubborn when it comes to making changes and stuff. But yeah, yeah, so I kind of went off on a tangent there. Yeah, I just remembered that whole story because I mentioned mentor, and when I thought of it, I do remember that old friend of mine and how she had that issue with her mentor. Yeah, it's just very disappointing to see like the person who you looked up to for knowledge, wisdom, advice, and then they just, knock you down, I guess you can say. But yeah, going back to Sports Illustrated and the layoffs of the staff, it's very sad, or I think it's very sad because journalism isn't easy. It's not an easy field to get into. And like I said earlier, my family and a lot of other people I know think journalism, when it comes to journalism, you just need a degree. You just need a degree in English, communications, creative writing, so on and so forth. And they don't realize that that's not going to be the thing that gets you the job. That's not the only thing that's going to get you the job. You have to have a portfolio, you have to have a resume, you have to have stuff already published and written. So when it comes to the people at Sports Illustrated, they probably spend so much time, energy, effort, and research to get to that position, to get to the top, I guess you can say. They spend so much time and effort to get there, and now just to have it taken away, it's very sad. Some of those people may have to start over again and, find another journalism job or find something else. It's not an easy field to get into. Like the journalism industry is very tough and very competitive. And I kind of had to figure that out the hard way, how competitive this industry is and how much work and effort you have to put into it. Personally, for me, I do enjoy it. My YouTube channel, I'm very grateful and thankful for it. I'm very grateful and thankful for all my subscribers on that channel, because I still remember when I only had one subscriber on my women's soccer YouTube channel. But then when I started to get more subscribers and more views, I kind of realized that not only is my channel growing, but women's soccer itself is growing. And the thing that I cared about the most is the growth of women's soccer. So it's good to see, it's good that I can connect with old fans, new fans, Barcelona fans, which is a whole nother story. Lyon fans, you guys are cool. Barcelona fans, you guys are, yeah. Yeah, so I like what I'm doing because I get to connect with so many people who are interested in something that I'm interested and passionate about. Not only that, I'm able to connect with people who are in France, Germany, Canada, England. So it is really cool and it's a lot of fun. It is very rewarding in its own way, not exactly in the financial way. Link to my Venmo and PayPal in the description below. But yeah, I love what I'm doing. Honestly, my family probably wishes I could do something else, but I guess in a way, writing for me, creative writing, writing about soccer, that is my calling. That is the thing that I'm the most passionate about, and I can't imagine just doing anything else. And I don't really expect people to understand that. I don't really expect my family, to understand that. It's kind of sucks to say, but I'm probably the only creative person in my family. Like a lot of my family is mainly STEM. So it does feel a bit isolating at times when you're like the only creative in your family. I had my grandma on my dad's side. She was into art and painting. And yeah, when she passed away, I just felt really alone. And she passed away when I was like 16, so it really sucked. It really sucked because that was a very, how like teenagers are. Yeah, I was going through my rebellious phase. And then to have my grandma pass away, yeah, that sucked. I wouldn't say my rebellious phase sucked. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I could do a whole nother podcast talking about how I was like in high school. Yeah, that's bound to bring up some trauma in myself and maybe others. But yeah, it's, but you know, the thing is, when it comes to art and creative art, poetry, and writing, is my family may not understand it. My family may not understand like why I feel so strongly writing about soccer, writing poetry and stories as well. They might not understand it, but the best thing about it is there's like billions of people in this world, and I've met so many people, talked to so many people that do understand me and do appreciate like my writing and my YouTube channel. And so it is overall a good experience, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that. But yeah, I didn't really expect this to get pretty deep. I don't have a script. I'm not right. I did not make a script for this, because usually when it comes to King of Cups and Swords, my women's soccer YouTube channel, everything is scripted. It's so that I can keep my thoughts together. But when I started KCTalks, when I decided to do this channel, I swore to myself that there would be no script at all. So I'm going into this in a way that I'm not exactly used to, because I'm used to like writing down all my thoughts, writing down all my ideas like I do for my soccer channel. But in this, like, everything is just me talking and sharing my thoughts. Like, everything is just unscripted. And, you know, going back to why I want to start this channel, it's because, I think I said it at the beginning, I don't remember, but I'm actually very eclectic. Like, I have so many other interests and hobbies that I want to talk with you guys about. But, yeah, I want to share that with you guys. So I didn't really have a time limit on how long I wanted this first episode to be. And I don't really have a schedule in mind for my channel. For this particular channel, I'll probably like update when I feel like it. That is a horrible, that is a horrible way to do YouTube's algorithm. But, yeah, so I guess this is the first episode of KCTalks. In the next episode, I don't know what I'll talk about. Maybe it'll be Azure Lane, because like I said, I'm going to talk about so many different things. And the thing that I'm obsessed with right now is Azure Lane. If you don't know, there's an anime, but it's also a game you can download on your phone. It's a gacha game, but trust me, I swear it's actually good. Anyway, not sure how to sign off on this, but that is all I have for you guys today or tonight, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.